Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a very special episode of Bobcat Weekly Podcast, coming to you from the Rockin' R Bar, live.
Yeah, kind of.
Bozeman, Montana, kind of live. Yeah. There's some people milling around in here, but our first on-scene episode, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And a special episode in the sense that it's a Nashville special. So we're going to have Seth and Takhari on this morning, but things came up with Seth. Wasn't able to join us, so we just got Takhari on the show. But for you guys that don't know, my name is Keegan Torsdahl, and I'm here with
Aiden Kuntz,
Brady Torsdahl,
and Takhari Carr, like we mentioned. Got a little bit of a different structured show for today. So we'll talk about recap first. So we've got women's basketball, men's basketball. We've got hockey getting underway. Hockey had a very successful weekend. Then we'll dive into Nashville, kind of start to finish, and just kind of see how long it takes us. I don't really think we know how long this episode will go, but we'll see. We'll just kind of play it by ear. Some additions to the setup. We got a new fancy boom arm mic stand for the guest, so that'll hopefully be a good addition for guests coming on. Get to move the mic around a little bit, but I think now we'll kind of dive into a little bit of a recap, start off the show here. Women's basketball, very successful conference season so far. They do pick up their first conference loss, but since we didn't do the episode last week, we do have a couple games to talk about. First one being Cat Grizz last Saturday.
Yep, so, that was a super fun game to watch. Obviously, that was the 2 p.m. game. Guys played at 7. The ladies played really great behind a really strong crowd. That's when they dropped the banner, so we had a lot of extra people there in the brick showing out. It was a great offensive showing for the youngsters. We had freshman Jamison Phillip with 25 points and 5 rebounds, and then sophomore Taylor Chirick with 19 points and 6 rebounds. We had a 38-point margin, which stands as the largest victory over the Grizz when we won 82-44.
I love to hear that.
Yes.
I love to hear that.
And then, obviously we had the banner drops for both the conference and the national championship, along with a little celebration for the football team at halftime. What are our overall thoughts on that game?
I think it was a very well played game. We didn't really show any signs of slowing down. From the get-go, it was just go. High scoring, high action. Freshmen definitely stepped up, did their job in that game, and I think it was even better that we got to drop the banners in front of the Grizz and parade the trophies around in front of them.
Yeah, I agree. That was pretty fun.
That was a long day for us because parade started at 10, went to the parade, went to the celebration, went to women's basketball, got some food, went to men's basketball. Then we went to hockey, and then we went to women's hockey. So I think we were out until about midnight. From 10 in the morning to midnight, we were watching Bobcat sports.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest Bobcat day we've had in a while. That was a super fun game to watch. I mean, we talked about it a little bit with Taylor ahead of Cat Grizz week, and then we wanted to hone in having a basketball player on. Which worked out super well, get some insight on Cat Grizz, but really hadn't talked much about or looked into Grizz basketball in the season. I know they'd been okay, middle of the road. The men were exact same record as us, exact same conference record as us, and then the women were a little bit below us. But I didn't really know what to expect, but it seemed like Cats had their foot on the gas the whole time. And they didn't really, 38-point margin.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, that's what win games for us, but super fun to watch. Like you said, the youngsters stepping up. Jamison Phillip with 23. That's really exciting to see. It's fun to see these young girls stepping up. Like Taylor said, I know we talked about last week. I asked her about transitioning from last year's team, having a bunch of juniors, seniors, impact players, how you kind of reload for this season. And it's all about, stepping up, filling those roles. And I think it's even more impressive for the incoming freshmen to do that. Jamison Phillip, Cadence Couture, Grace Heinz. They're all getting a lot of minutes. And then you got your sophomore stepping up to Tegan Erickson, Addison Harris, Taylor Chirick.
They got a 10-person rotation.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
they do.
Giving good minutes.
You'll see they've got 5 on, and then look at a whole new line come in.
And they're all rotation. Still great players.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, I think we're looking for another very promising season from this women's basketball team.
Yeah,
we got a couple of key players that are obviously out right now for injury, but hopefully later in the season, seeing them come back.
Make them that much stronger.
Yeah.
Exactly, and it goes back to that point of just stepping up, right? Brooke Fachapaito, she's a junior. goes out with injury. Obviously, you've got Heidi Smith as well, missing some time now. But
Jameson's older sister,
yeah,
Dylan, is also
Phillip,
out.
Yeah. And it just, comes back to filling shoes and stepping up, which they've done a super nice job of so far. So, overall, huge win for them. I know we had a lot of fun. There's a lot of people there. It was awesome seeing the brick packed for Gold Rush, essentially.
Yeah.
That was super cool. So, I got to spend some time with CT and Bobcat Collective, talk to them a bit, hang out with them. Yeah, fun.
Love the Collective. They're a great group.
Yes.
Go out support them. Moving on to our next game here. Last Monday.
Yes.
Monday? Yeah, last
Yeah, it would've been
Monday,
Monday,
the girls played against Northern Colorado. That was a 71-57 win over the Bears. Yet another great win for the Cats. It was a big game for sophomore Addison Harris with 23 points on the night, following just 4 points in Cat Grizz on Saturday. And 18 of those 23 points came in the third quarter. So she wasn't looking super hot at the start of the game, but coming out there after halftime, she really stepped it up and had a really great third quarter.
Yeah, exactly. And like we had talked about, obviously you can't expect players to perform their best every game, right? I mean, whether it's just like we had been, I think we talked about the other day, like the Cats, 4 games in 8 days for the ladies. Like they've been on a pretty hot run in terms of just being on the road, being home, tough conference play competition. Obviously can't expect them to show up completely every day. Like I said, Addie had 4 on Saturday, comes back with 23 on Monday, and again, all those coming in the second half. And I believe it was over half of those came in the third quarter alone.
Yeah, 18 of them.
Yeah,
18 out of 23.
So just kind of a, whatever you want to call it, light
Yeah.
bulb switch kind of click back on. But
I remember going into the half, I texted my mom, like, Addie's looking cold tonight, something like Cat Grizz. And then, like, 20 minutes later, I'm like, never mind. She just threw up 18. It's like, okay. That's all it took.
yeah, another fun game. And then next game, so this would have been Thursday. Is that right?
Thursday. That was that road game.
Thursday, the road game. 60-79 loss against Idaho State.
Not our best showing. But
not the best showing.
We still had a pretty good number of high score. We had 3 Cats in double digits with Addison Harris with 18, Jameson Phillip with 14, and Izzy Bunyan with 11. So we did have some good key players that are showing up, but obviously we just couldn't get it done. We fell behind, couldn't catch back up, but it happens with basketball. So, I mean, just moving on. And I think the Cats did a good job of moving on in that game.
Yeah,
Still standing alone, number 1 spot in the conference.
Yeah, exactly. That loss doesn't hurt them a ton. I mean, it's their first conference loss, but at the end of the day, you can't expect them to win every game, right? I mean, young. Going back to, they've been on a run the last couple weeks, and just, I think being on the road got to them.
Yeah.
But we move forward to yesterday's game. This is a game we watched while we were in the garage on the simulator playing golf. 92-72 win. So 20-point victory for them. I think this is a great kind of comeback win for them. Taylor was not in double-digit figures in the Idaho State loss. I believe that's one of her first games this season not in double-digit figures.
Yep, but she did have a pretty great comeback.
Yeah, she did.
Got 24 points, along with Tegan Erickson getting 10 and Addie Harris getting 15. So, good showing for them, and good to see them getting back on track, coming off of that loss and getting right back into it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just they had a rest day or two, kind of reset, go back to what they know, what they've been doing well, and they were up by, I want to say 33 at one point in the second half, and then they kind of scaled back. Got some of the younger girls in more action. I mean, Grace got some good action, some Tegan as well. 20-point victory. I mean, can't complain about that. And they're coming back home for a couple games, so I think they're definitely hot again. And, so improved to 7-1 in conference play.
Yeah, and another key thing from that Weaver game was, I think she's a freshman, right? Hold on, let me double-check this. Freshman Jameson Phillip did take a elbow to the face in the fourth quarter to kind of give her a nice big black eye, so hopefully she can get back out there soon, and hopefully she's feeling better. Yeah,
I agree. And I think even they showed her a couple minutes after that happened, she had a big old goose egg like right next to her eye. So she got hit pretty hard. But hoping everything's good there. I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Travel
She's
day
tough.
back home, couple rest days. They should be looking pretty solid. So
Yep.
Yeah. Men's basketball. Aiden, want to talk men's basketball?
Sure. So obviously we had Cat Grizz, as we talked about earlier. The Cats got their 5th straight home win when they took down the Grizz 76-67. The Grizz outshoot the Cat 42% to 34% in the first half. The Cats were able to take advantage on the defensive end with 9 turnovers and 8 steals. We had a really great second half, in my opinion. I mean, we were kind of okay. We caught back up there at the end of this first half to get back. I think were we up 1 at the end of the half, or were we down 1? It was a 1-point game at the end of the half.
Yeah.
But then, coming out there, we came out really hot and we were able to get back in front. It was a pretty big game for Davian Brown. He had 24 points. Jeremiah Davis had 13.
Yes.
And then former guest Jed Miller had his first double-double with 11 points and 11 rebounds.
There's some Kelly boys.
Yes. Yeah. The first half was definitely not the best half of Cats basketball.
No.
Pretty much we trailed the whole half. Pulled in within a couple here and there, and then they pull it to within 1 at the half. And then get to parade the trophies around again at halftime, which is always fun. But, yeah, whatever happened with Logie and the staff in the locker room, I mean, at work, they came out firing in the second half. I mean, they really didn't slow down at all.
Oh, yeah.
Davian picking up, I think, the majority of his 24, and same with Jeremiah Davis. I mean, he hit 4 threes in a row right in front of us, and the place was going nuts. And so they definitely found that spark, and, a super great win for them.
Yep. Moving on to, you want to talk about Northern Colorado?
Yeah, so this would be, is this that Monday game as well?
That was the Monday game, yeah.
Yeah, 73-68 over the Bears. We complete, both the men and women, complete the sweep of the Bears in general over the weekend between the Grizzlies and the Golden Bears.
Yep.
David Brown again leading the Cats scoring affairs with 16. And a fun stat coming out of this game, all 8 Bobcats who touched the court contributed to points and scoring for the game, which is pretty cool. So
it was a cool stat.
Again, it's an all hands on deck. It certainly seems like both on the men and the women's side. I think that's something we can definitely kind of look at collectively, which has been cool to see.
And
you want to talk Idaho State and Weber State?
Yeah, we got Idaho State with their next game with a good 74-62 win over the Bengals. We got 3 Cats in double digits, 13 from Davian Brown, 19 from former guest Pat McMahon, and a big 20 for also former guest Jed Miller. And we've seen Pat's been a little off and on, but I'm glad to see him getting in some high scoring. Same for Jed too.
Yeah,
Jed's always up there in the numbers, but overall very well played. We got a little bit of cold at some points in that game, but overall got another one in the books, move ahead in conference play, coming in on the half point in conference play, which is already kind of crazy to think about that we're halfway through conference season, and March Madness is going to hit us like a wall when that comes.
Yeah, I think the Cats will definitely be ready for it. And kind of last little note coming off of this game, bench with the Idaho State game, Christian King, Jaden Stepp, Seth Ammergrund, and Howie Keene all contributing. Christian King had 7, and then Jaden and Seth with 5, Howie with 3. Fun seeing the bench guys getting in there as well. And hopefully we'll get some more men's basketball guests as we continue in a conference play. Getting some contacts out with that, so hopefully stay tuned.
What I'm saying from their team, it's like different games, it's like another person being the leading scorer, and it's like another person's like helping out. So that's showing some good signs of their team. It's not just one person every game. We see DB had the 24-point game. Then the game we went to, Pat had 21. Then Jed just had 24. So a game where about 2 or 3 of them get 20, that's when you start blowing teams out and things like that when they all figure it out.
Exactly.
And looking good, though.
And we played really good at that one game. I think that was that Idaho State? Yeah.
Yeah, the Thursday game.
That was a great game for the Cats. Really pleased with how we played and how we were able to hold them out there. Yeah,
and certainly seeing, going back to especially the men non-con schedule, obviously they didn't play the best basketball. They had some competition.
And I mean, even we actually did play we played really well against a lot of pretty good teams. We just couldn't win those games. I mean,
exactly. It came down to the end, yeah.
I mean, I think most of our non-conference games that were against, those higher level opponents were within a couple scores, and then we just blew it there at the end. But I'm liking how we're looking this year. Hopefully, we can get both teams to make another run into the tournament.
Yeah, and Takhari, like you mentioned, going from player to player with these high-scoring games, it seems like kind of one gets on a roll. I mean, go back to Cat Grizz, Jeremiah drains 3-4 3-pointers, and then it's like everyone else starts clicking, then the ball starts rolling, and they get the momentum. And they've been playing like that last couple weeks, which is great. And seeing Pat getting up there, Jed getting up there. Jed's been playing really well the last couple weeks, so excited to see what they have in store as we continue January, February.
Yeah.
But yeah, should be really fun.
Do we want to talk about Montana State had their track meet here in Bozeman last week? Do you want to talk about there were some records broken?
So
Yes.
first official look at the indoor team this year. As always, the Cats are, at least in my department, I'm a thrower, so I'm following the throws right now. But so far, the throws department is looking really strong this year. We got a lot of returners. Was pulling up. They finished up yesterday. A bunch of school records fall, starting with Sydney Brewster with the shot put. She broke the school record through 54 feet 2 inches, which is absolutely insane. She's been a dangerous thrower. I've seen her throw for a couple of years in high school too, and she just keeps getting better and better. And then we got Haley Coey with long jump. That's 21.2 feet. And then they had their second half of the meets yesterday. Then Haley Collier again breaking the triple jump record, 41 feet 10 inches. And then wrapping it up for the school records at a fall were the girls 4x400, doing that in 3 minutes and 36 seconds.
Yeah. That's a super fun team. I was trying to look at names. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Tilde. I'm not pronouncing her last name. She's Swedish. I'm gonna butcher it like I am hockey here in a bit.
Yeah.
But it's fun to see track season underway. I mean, I know hopefully we'll probably get out some meets here over the winter and the spring as well. But I mean, it seems like every year, every meet, the Cats are breaking records, whether it's school records, conference records. It's like they're doing something right here.
Yeah.
So
It's definitely a lot of fun to watch them.
Yep. All right, do we want to move on to hockey here?
yes.
You want to talk about the men?
Yeah, so today we're recording on Sunday. The men are 2/3 of the way through another home game stretch. They play this afternoon, which I think we may be going to, but because we're also recording an episode tomorrow on Monday, which this will be passing by the time this episode's out, we'll recap last week for the men today. We'll talk about women because they finished up their weekend, and then tomorrow's episode we'll talk about men's hockey from this weekend. So last weekend, Cats were home and away. So they were last Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I believe, last weekend.
Yep.
Thursday, 10-0 over Tech, Montana Tech, that is. A really big win for them. I know they were playing right after we had Spencer on. They were playing Tech, and that ended up being 15-0. This one is 10-0.
Which is just unheard of for hockey.
Yeah, simply put, Cats just dominated in this one. And then Friday up to University of Providence, Cats are shut out 0-5. And then they come back Saturday, and we caught the end of
that game. That was on Saturday after the men's game. We shot over there to catch. I think we caught the second and third periods.
Yeah, Cats held a 5-0 lead going into the third, and then they do let up 3 in the third. Nerves kind of start get going.
Yeah,
like I was kind of a little nervous going into the third period, but Cats were able to.
Because why we were nervous is because it was 5-0 going into the third.
Yeah,
and then we let up 3, and then to even top it off, we had 2 5-on-3 power plays. So we had 5 guys on the ice. They only had 3.
And we couldn't
and
score.
Still maybe got a collective 2 shots off.
Yeah, definitely not the best period of Cats hockey we've seen.
The Argos, they're a tough team to play. And it's usually we either beat them by a lot or lose by a lot. So it's kind of like a hot and cold type deal.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's definitely fun to watch when there's a lot of action and you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then moving over to the women's side of things, they wrap up their weekend. You want to talk women's
so
side?
Girls
Friday
had 2 games this week. They had a Friday game. Both of them were against Colorado State. Girls won the first game on Friday night 6-4.
4-1.
4-1
is a Friday game, yeah.
4-1. They were up 3-1 when we got in there, and then they scored one more goal in the third period off of kind of a weird shot. It was from,
out from the blue line.
From the blue line, they just shot it, and somehow it got past the goalie and just hit the corner of the net.
Yeah, I want to say it was Maeve Keller. I could be wrong. But yeah, it was kind of sort of like dumping into their offensive zone, and it got past the goalie, so that was our number 4. And then
last night.
Yeah, last night.
Saturday.
Huge win.
Yes. Girls played Colorado State again. We started the game off hot. We had 2 goals, both from Asiana. What's her last name? Shat. Asiana Shat. Sorry for pronouncing that wrong. And then we let them score a couple times. We had 3 goals from
Maeve Keller.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we were bouncing back and forth between the men's game and the women's game during this whole situation. And then watched the third period for them. Third period was great. We were down 5-4.
5-4.
And then Maeve Keller got her third goal then in the last 30 seconds to put us into overtime. We were 5-5
with our goalie pulled, so we had the extra attacker on the ice, which is a risk because as soon as that other team gets the puck, they're going to try to shoot it down, get it into that empty net. Yep. But we're able to convert in the last 30 seconds, and I know we were going crazy for it.
Yeah, that was a good game. And then
led to overtime.
They were on a power play for most of overtime. So we were able to hold them during our power play, and then went to a shootout, and ultimately that third goal from Asiana Shot, I think, to get her hat trick and win the game for the Cats 6-5.
Yeah, I mean, it was exactly what we did Friday, but we were able, the way the game started, so the men started at 7:30, the women started at like 8:15, so we were able to like watch the first period of the men on the one side of the ice rink, and then go over and watch the girls for one period, and then kind of bounce back the whole time. And you guys saw it up on the story last night. Asiana with the first 2 of the night, and then so she had 1-2. Maeve Keller had 3-4-5, and then Asiana with number 6 on the night with the shootout win.
2 hat tricks.
Yes, 2 hat tricks, which is super rare.
Yeah.
So I don't know years of the players. I'm sorry, because it's not on the website. So hat trick from Asiana Schacht and hat trick from Maeve Keller. Super fun to see. And then they have to prove it right. So Asiana scores a 6th goal down in front of us, and then it's a shootout. So each team gets 3 shots. They go back down and
get the block to win.
Get the block to win. So definitely a fun weekend of hockey, Bobcat athletics in general. Everyone played really well. So
definitely a lot of fun to watch. Because Cats are coming up on the end of the season for hockey, so definitely try to make it down to the next couple of games before they finish out the season.
Yeah, and we'll look ahead to Cat Girls hockey tomorrow, as well as the women are home for another weekend as we get to the end of the season. So definitely fun to watch. They're playing well, so I think that kind of does it for recap.
Yes.
Should we do our
Q&A now for
Instagram
Takhari?
Q&A? Yeah.
It was supposed to be for Takhari and Seth, but I think all the specific questions are actually for Takhari, so it'll work out just fine.
So we asked you guys Nashville-specific questions. So if you guys had any questions regarding the Nashville trip, whatever you wanted to know, throw your questions in. So we've got a handful. So
Brady, you want to start?
Yeah, let's do. All right. This is from Luke Hunter. What made Takhari talk to the young kid after the national championship from the Hipsters to Bozeman's?
Did you see that story on Instagram?
Yeah, I seen that. It's just like when it's like the most important things, and it's like you just think that's the biggest moment of your life, and it's a national championship. You just gotta just be humble enough to just enjoy this moment with this little kid as well, because he a kid that's from Montana that's gonna remember this moment forever. And I'm like, that's what it was. This was what it's all about. Like being that young kid looking up to somebody and giving them that motivation and inspiration to do something better and be a national champion itself, play for the Cats and be like, oh, I seen somebody win it in 25, 26, so I want to win it when it's my time. So things like that. It wasn't nothing too big. I wasn't trying to go viral or anything like that. It was just me being. It was just. I love that type of stuff. Like, I just wanted to enjoy it with the fans, because they were the same people that was cheering us on when we were down, when we were up, and things like that. So it was just so easy to do that.
Well, I think the last time you came, when you talked about that too, how it's so important to talk to those younger fans, and you know, especially when like they know your name and stuff and are big fans of you.
Exactly, because you just remember when you were that age and you just looking up to people like that. So
Mm-hmm.
you don't never want to just try to big dog or think you bigger than somebody because at the end of the day, we all human.
Yeah.
I'm sure it made that kid's entire year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it's about. Like, honestly, I enjoy making people's days. Like, I enjoy that.
And I think it goes back to, like, we've talked about it in past weeks. I know we talked about it with Taylor a lot with the field trip game.
Yeah.
That impact that you're leaving with those kids. And it, like, obviously us growing up here, we became friends with a lot of players, and we still are today, which is really cool. And that's when we're, running around this big, and we've got these college football players coming up talking to us. I mean, it means the world to us. And so, I mean, we go, you talk about that, you growing up, same thing with you. It's giving back. I think that's super cool. But
Shout out Luke Hunter, too, my boy.
yeah.
All right. Next question here. The public needs to know if Takhari is going to run a DB camp this summer, and if so, when.
For sure. I'm not going to give any dates, no promises right now on specific dates, but promise we will be doing a camp.
There we go.
I think these camps have been super, super fun to see with the Dollar Boys doing it, and I think it's a great idea.
Get that next generation involved, and
Exactly.
Right.
With hopefully future Bobcats.
yeah.
Exactly.
All right. You want to get the next one there, Keegan?
Yeah, let's see. We've got a handful of questions on here. We'll do this one. This is from the MSU Football Enjoyers Instagram page. Who is your favorite Bobcats meme page?
Them. You feel me? It's them.
Yeah.
Easily.
They've done a pretty good job.
They have. They're pretty funny. And then in parentheses says, "Please say me or I'll be sad." So
I'm not.
there
Easily.
you go.
You got the next one there, Burns?
Yep. Next one is from our aunt Marlo Pronovost. How were you able to stay focused in the final 2 minutes, and overtime in Nashville?
You just gotta understand that's what it's all about. That's the time we were running Pete's Hill in the summertime and things like that. That's what it's all about. We say the fourth quarter when we say last one, best one, and things like that. So that's what it's all about. You just gotta think about the times where you have to dig deep, and it's what you with your brothers, your back against the wall, things like that, and just knowing you don't have to make the play. Just make the play when it comes to you. You don't have to do anything. Like a lot of players in big moments, they try to do more than their job, and now their job is open because they're trying to do other things. But when everybody just did their job, we were the best team on the field, and it showed.
Nice.
Just got to make that play. Like, just big-time players make big-time plays like my boy Jason McMillan did and Hunter did. And the next, we blocked two kicks.
Yes.
2 kicks.
And
It's crazy.
That was the craziest thing.
I mean, it wasn't like like you said, they weren't trying to do anything extra.
Yeah.
Like it just happened. He was fast enough to get around, get that blocker.
Right.
Got the high enough jump to get an arm on it.
Yeah.
I'm saying to answer that question, the best thing is trusting the process. Just trusting the process.
Yeah.
All right. Our next one here, also from Marlo. Were you surprised by how strongly Bobcat Nation showed up for you in Nashville?
Yes and no, because it felt like I knew we were going to travel well just because we traveled well last year, but it was so many Bobcat fans in Nashville. It felt like a Bobcat game in Bobcat Stadium, honestly. Like it was outnumbered for sure. You felt the energy, and it was everything. It was another reason of our success. Again, the reason why we made this trip. The reason why us having home field advantage through playoffs is so important, because the last 2 years you've seen what happened. We making it to the national championship. We just got to finish.
Yep.
I think I got a rough estimate number from Vanderbilt event staff. It was around 20,000 Bobcat fans to 4,000 ISU. So definitely showed out big.
So ISU did make a little bit of noise for the amount of people they did have.
They did,
started
yeah.
barking
Yeah.
a little bit at the
Yeah,
end
they did.
when they thought they won.
Yeah, I agree with your point of it felt like a game at Bobcat Stadium.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
honestly.
obviously you had the Illinois State fans there, their section, the band and that, but like you look across the stadium, it's blue and gold
It's just
everywhere.
sea
It's
of
like
blue and gold.
it feels like home. And I think we can all like agree, like our whole trip in Nashville, which we can get way more into, but our whole time in Nashville, I think it felt very much like the Bobcats are here, home. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, it did. Do we have any more questions?
Got one more. If you can say anything, what happened to Caden Dowler and how did it happen?
We don't speak on that.
All right.
We don't speak on that.
We know that he did finish the game
Yeah.
because we saw him
Yes.
go out going to the
Yeah.
tent, but he did come out and finish strong.
Probably low. He from banged up long season.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
He's a dog. He's a dog.
He
He
is.
is a dog.
But,
All right. Yeah, do we want to move over to just talking about Nashville in general? Do you want to just walk us through that whole, going down there? What was the whole experience like?
Just going up there. We go a few days earlier from the game just to get a whole little experience. Like went to dinner at the Titans facility. So we seen that they're doing more like stuff they're building a new stadium for the Titans. So we seen that. Just seeing a little bit of Vanderbilt Stadium, going to their practice facility. We practiced on their field. So it was we didn't want to make the moment too big, so we just went out there and really we didn't do too much when we went out our rooms. We either was going to our meeting rooms or going to eat, or maybe going to get something to eat or something like that. But we weren't doing too much. We wanted to make it a vacation. But it was a lot of good things in the resort. It was like one of the nicest resorts I've ever been in. Like two-sided resort, so that was cool. They feel like all we had to do is just stay in there. Coach was like, whatever y'all do, just stay in here. Had a curfew a lot of the nights, but we understood what the main goal was, like just win those games. So I went to I was in the hot tub to get my legs right. Like I think it was a day or two before the game, and it was me in there, and then it was like 3 Illinois State dudes, then 6, then 9, and 12. Then it was like a whole pool of Illinois State dudes, and I'm just sitting in there. And there was some older lady in the family in there. They was just telling, he played Illinois State, and then the family asked them, "Are y'all gonna win?" And their response was like, "Yeah." It wasn't confident. So when I heard that, I was like, we got them, honestly. Like, not like we didn't have to play the right way or anything, but I had it in our head, we got them, because if anybody would have asked me, no matter if I knew that was Illinois State in there, I would have said yeah, because that's how I felt. I didn't think in their head they felt like they really can beat us. So in that game, it kind of showed like we were jumping on them, and they were looking like they were looking stuck. But as soon as we gave them life, it was like, oh, maybe we can win. So then they started getting confident and stuff like that. But that whole experience was just fun, just because like how it was the year before, just not having that first half. Like, we did a lot more things before the game last time. We did, like, Top Golf before the game and things like that. It was like a field trip, because we never been there before. So when you were there the year before and you kind of get the things that you really want to do out there, you don't really want to do too much out there, because the main thing is winning that game. Sometimes you can get sidetracked and like, oh, my God, I've never been in Nashville. I've never been in Frisco, Texas before, so now you're making it bigger than it is. And that's why that game is just another game. Even though it's the biggest game, the team that played the most normal is going to win that game. And I think that's why we won that game. So it's no way you get 2 kicks blocked in one game if everybody just, you feel me? So.
Yeah. And I think I heard the term thrown around. I think we were talking with the Idens of it's a business trip.
Right.
We're going down there to do business. It's not like it's Nashville. There's a lot of fun things to do, but it's like you guys are going there to win a football game, not to do the other stuff.
Yeah. That's the edge you get when you experience that trip the year before. And because it was a long season for us, we had a lot of guys banged up, still played. It was things like that, but I think it was the experience that guys knew, like, okay, we've been through so much. We started the season 0-2 when we had that players only meeting, when we said in that meeting what we were going to do. We're gonna win the rest of these games, and we're gonna have it through Bozeman, where these teams have to come in our house and beat us. Where that's gonna be hard to do, and we're gonna finish the job, and we did that. So that was good to see, that everything you talked about from that first meet in January, when we played in January 2025, that first meeting when there was a lot of empty chairs and there was a lot of older guys, Tommy Malas, the Brody Greebies, the Riley Norts, plus the transfer portal dudes that hit the transport, like the Powder, just because they were good players. It was like, what are we going to do? They're saying quarterback question mark. They're saying the DB is a question mark. The receiver is this. The offense coordinator, defensive coordinator, they're new. It's a rebuild. We're going to be 8-4. I'm hearing everything from our fans, but it's okay, because respectfully, the only people that need to believe in the process is the people that's coming in and out the Bobcat Athletic Complex, the BAC every day, the coaching staff, the dietitians, the players. That's the only people that need to really trust the process, because we gonna need the fans to cheer and to support us all, but in between them lines, we're gonna need our players to believe the process at the end of the day. So we knew what we had to do, and me being an older guy in the corner room, from day one we understood we needed to make our mark, and we did just that from day one. Maybe the Oregon game, we seen what it really was at the highest level, and that gave us the most confidence, because who was we going to play that was going to be like Oregon? So
exactly,
that just helped us. So the noise that we heard was good and bad, because it was just fuel for us.
Yeah, so you mentioned the fans and being there to cheer and stuff. I want to ask you about what's special, different, whatever you want to call it, about the Bobcat fans and Bobcat Nation. What makes playing for the Bobcats so special in terms of, we travel well to Nashville, but what's so special about the Bobcat fan base?
It feels real. It's not. I've been here 4 years, so all I've seen was the love. All I felt was the love. It's not forced. It's not like, but it's kind of difficult when you've never been that bad. So it's like, maybe if we were terrible or we were bad, we would see like, oh, maybe when we were bad, they still supported us. But even then, like, even when we've lost, it never was fan. Like, sometimes it's younger kids and fans that sometimes troll and send memes when guys don't play the best and perform the best. But for the most part, through the good and bad, the Bobcat fans are supporting us through hard times and all things like that. So it's a lot of family. It's like a big family. That's what's different between playing for the Bobcats and going to play for Bama. I just think it's, even though I don't even know how they run, because it's probably the same over there, but I know when it's a smaller atmosphere, a smaller town, it's just, you don't have a professional team. We are the professionals, so we're getting the love. We feel the love for sure. And that's why anytime we can, we try to give to the community and show our love back.
Yeah, and I'm sure you guys know about it. We went the Bobcat Bash they held on Sunday.
Right.
They sold it out at 7,000.
7,000 fans there, and I think the only reason there was only 7,000 was because they couldn't fit any more in that building.
Yeah.
Right.
It was the whole production deal, everything from like the planning of that, execution, everything was super great. And I think that goes to show the Alumni Foundation was really the big ones who put that on. And I think that shows how great they are, but also in the sense that 7,000 Bobcat fans went to the Bash, but there's like 20,000 at the game. Like, I think all 20,000 probably would have came to the Bash if they allowed the capacity for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then we had, after our last practice before the game, we had many people, many thousands of all alumni from years and years of Bobcats. So we were just chopping it up with them, seeing a lot of them, and they were just coming to support us. And it was, I'm sure there was a majority of them coming to the game as well. And it was just so grateful to see them, because it was a lot of people that built us up to win this. So what we won, that the 2025-2026 team won that national championship, but it was teams all the way from that 84 year, from 85 all the way to 2025 that built that national championship. So I really said it, like I told them, that championship was for all of us, honestly.
Yeah.
Even though we all probably just get the rings, it's for all of us.
Yeah. And, like you said, it's not just this team that won the championship. It even goes back to the teams the last 4 or 5 years building, the guys that have been here
for sure. The most. That's who should get the most credit for it.
Exactly, and laying those stepping stones.
Right.
Like the first Texas trip, January 2022, those guys, everyone gets a first look at Tommy and that whole team, and then, we don't go for a couple years. We get the couple Cat Grizz wins.
Yeah.
Then 2024, get a little bit closer, and then people, and I think even go to, Coach Vegan has 2 trips to the national championship and is 0 for 2. And people starting like, well, he's been in 2 national championships and he hasn't won. But at the end of the day, you just keep laying those stepping stones, and it's what got it done this year.
Right. I agree.
Yep. So talk us through, obviously the game starts, we get out in front. What is the momentum shift like, after We've been in front. We go into halftime, and then they start catching back up. What's that moment? What does that feel like down there on that field?
So first off, when we're jumping out on them, we're telling ourselves, I'm telling the guys, don't get complacent. Don't think we arrived, because I understand that last year we played a good one half, but it was just the second half.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure we didn't lay off the gas and feel like we won and they come back and things like that. So we go into the half. The whole tempo is we 0-0, jump on the gas, everything. We come out the half, offense kind of stagnant. That's when the penalties and the offense, 3 and outs and things like that. And then we just tried to just keep playing our game. And it was just the whole thing we just talked about the whole season was the offense pick up the defense pick up the offense, special teams got to help everybody. So it was just times where the offense didn't score, or then they scored when they needed to. So the offense just did what they needed to do when they needed to do it. The defense did what they needed to do just when they needed to do it. So everybody for just one play, everybody just needed to do their job. It happened. It was the one play when Jay Lamb, like it was a lot of plays that led to it, but it was the one play we needed on 4th and 10.
Yeah.
It was just that one play that Jace needed. It was a game of inches that coaches talk about all the time. Yeah. And in those games, that's when it shows the most. And that game only is going to help us for the next year. You feel me? Honestly, like we're going to understand of how to come out the second half after leading, or because we done been trailing before. We know how to come back after some L's and things like that. So the thing is, what I'm going to try to help this season, what the team is going to try to do this season, is just try to jump out or throw the first punch. We get punched, just keep punching, like just keep fighting, and that's all we got to do. Because it was easy to give up and think we lost when it's 28-28 and they're on their side and it's 2 minutes left. It's easy. It was thoughts going through everybody's head that maybe we can lose, but you got to have some belief. Like that's all we got. That's all we were saying. Believe. We were saying on the sideline, believe. On the field, believe. You got to believe that we gonna do what we done because we put in the work for it. So that's all it was.
All right, so talking through like the full game, it gets down to the fourth quarter. It's neck and neck. It's going back and forth between possessions. ISU gets the ball. They're driving the field, and it's a makeable field goal. How many yards was it? The first one?
I think it was 29.
Yeah, so it's a makeable for their leg, and then obviously we get the huge block, get the ball back, aren't able to convert, take it to overtime. So how was your guys' mood going into overtime? Like where you fight like we're gonna get this done. Just talk us through all that.
That's what it was. That's what I was trying to say. That's what I was saying before. Like that's the time where we go when we're working out in the summertime and the wintertime, and it's no footballs out there, and it's the Pete's Hills and it's the yo-yo test, and it's just give everything you got. That's the last couple plays and things like that. So we knew we wanted to go defense first, get a stop on defense, and score. That was going to be the plan.
Yeah.
So it took them 2 plays maybe on offense. Yeah. It took them 2 plays. So we seen that, took them 2 plays. It was like, okay, field goal blocked. Okay, now we know that all we got to do is score and get a field goal. So we out there, we on offense. We're not really getting nothing. We throw a slant that we feel like probably could have been caught, could have not been caught, but it was bang bang. I think the player that my guy was, he makes that play, but it's okay. We live to fight another day. So we run the same play, right? We see Taco motion. We see Taco motion, and we see the guy following Taco. When I see that, God is my witness, I know they're in cover 0.
Yeah.
So now I know. I don't know. I have an idea what play they could run in a low, high red zone. Chair 7. That's what I'm thinking. If it's 3 detached, chair 7 is when the 2 outside receivers go in, and then the slot receiver, the 3-man, he runs the corner. So I see on the jumbotron, Jay Lamb throw the ball, but I see Dane. I don't see Taco. I see him I'm looking at the jumbotron, so I see Taco. I'm looking on the field when I see Taco motion. But then when he throw the ball, I'm looking in the jumbotron. I can't see Taco in the jumbotron because it's like he's not in the jumbotron.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why is he throwing it to Dane? Dane is like, and I just see Taco right there wide open. I'm like, game over.
Yeah.
Because I know Miles.
Yeah.
I know Miles. If this kick if we don't get the same bad luck, that's what I'm feeling. If we don't, this is how I'm thinking. If we don't get the same bad luck they get, if it don't get blocked, they gonna have to block this kick because he's not missing it. I don't know. He's not missing it. They gonna have to block this one.
Yeah.
It's a PAT. He gonna have to block this. I see it, no block clear. I just dropped down. I'm like, we did it.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
yeah,
it was just so much. It was times where the kick got blocked. There was times where it was Idaho, and it was just a whole flashbacks and everything. Like, and people, what people don't understand, and what I don't even understand, is how hard that job is to be a kicker in that job. And I kind of feel for the kicker at Iowa State, Illinois State. Excuse me. Like, I feel for him because that is something he's going to have to deal with for the rest of his life, and he's going to feel that for the rest of his life.
And that kid's a freshman, too.
Yeah,
they just threw him into the game. Like, all right, good luck.
That was...
Yeah, that was...
It was kind of just like it kind of just felt like a weight just get lifted off at the end. It's like, it's done. Like, it's over. We have the title. Yeah. There's nothing else matters. We're done.
The football gods as well. I think there's a little bit of the football gods.
Yeah.
We were sitting on that corner on the main side
where Taco's
where Taco's touchdown were. And I see four guys go to Lamson. I'm like, oh God, like it's fourth down. I'm like, uh-oh. And I see his arm go up and I'm like, please for the love of God. I thought it was long because we couldn't see that end of the end zone. I could just see his hands. That's all I could see was just the hands catching it. And then everyone just going absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I could not see Taco from where I was standing, so I thought Lamson was just like throwing it away, and I'm like, oh no, we just lost this freaking game. And then I see Taco come out of nowhere.
It's like,
and
I just watched the plays. I watched all our defensive plays on my phone the other day, yesterday, and I was getting butterflies in my stomach like I didn't even know the outcome, and y'all just explaining it right now. Me talking about it is we getting the same feeling. I still don't
like watching it too, like watching on my phone the next day.
Yeah, exactly.
I was helping him out with some things we're watching on TV, and my stomach is still shaking because I know what's gonna happen, but it's still like that feeling.
Yeah,
it's just so surreal.
Yeah, I remember the other day we were talking, we were watching the game and we were talking to you and we were like, how am I still nervous watching this game? I know what's gonna happen.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
crazy.
Yeah, that was.
I think, going back to your point, where we were sitting, the way the stadium is designed, we couldn't see the corner of the end zone. So, like you said, when Lamson throws it, I'm like, dog, where are you throwing it? Like, I thought it was going to steal. I'm like, what are you doing? And I see Taco. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm really curious if we can get Taco on the show. What was going through his head at that moment? It's like. Because obviously the defender was behind him. Just going through is like the game's right there and it's in my hands right now. But I mean it's probably just like a catch for him. Like I don't know.
You would never know because that could. I already know. It was how the defender was playing. He was like playing the inside. His hips was like turned.
Yeah.
You're playing against a guy like Taco. You're committing like that. You better hope that's what he's running. Because if he does anything or he's breaking out like he did, you have no chance.
Yeah.
I mean, if we trust the game in one guy's hands to catch it, it's gonna be Taco.
Also, don't know why they were in cover zero on that. That made no sense to me. But
you blitz everybody on cover 0 on 4th and 10.
Yeah, especially on 4th and 10.
They
know we're not going to run it.
DC.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
with essentially the game on the line because like Sandsted's there. Like,
all right, so we saw that the team got to do a little event at Titan Stadium. Talk us through what that was all about.
We ate dinner, and then we just walked on a field, seen that facility a little bit, went in the locker room. It was nice just seeing how big that stadium was. Vanderbilt Stadium wasn't bad either, but just that NFL stadium. And like I said before, it was they were building something else for the Titans. They were building another stadium.
They're building a whole new stadium
right next to it.
So that was really cool, and they were showing us like a tribute video for the Titans. Just saying.
Yeah, so our uncle lives down in Nashville. He's been a Titans fan, and he was saying the new stadium's actually the capacity's cut by about 10,000.
Yeah,
but they're going to be auctioning off like the seats, so he's going to try to get his hands on a few of them. But I mean, I love Titan Stadium. We've been to a game. I've been to 2. I actually saw Tai Okada play in a preseason game, so I'm going to pick in Titan Stadium. We've been to. There's been concerts there. It's a great venue, but it's old, and it's time for the Titans to move on to something new. But I'm super excited to see.
Yeah, it'll be curious to see how that all shakes out. Going back to fourth quarter, end of the game, I think that's the most emotionally taxing game on the fans, and I'm sure the players as well, and in recent history for the Bobcats. I mean, it was just like this. That's how I describe it. It just, like, going from, and I think that we can kind of get into scoring summary for the game. So I just had it up here. Cats throw the first punch, get on the board 7-0. Second quarter, Illinois State answers back. We go into the half up 21-7. And then third quarter kind of like slows down a little bit. Illinois State gets our number in the fourth quarter, puts up 2 scores, and then they pull it back in. I think when we were up 21-7, it was like, whoa, this might actually happen. But then at the same time, Illinois State crawls back, and suddenly it's a close game. We're tied again. But the one thing that I was super nervous about fourth quarter, kind of end of the game, was looking at time of possession. And I think you looked at, they were almost like double us by close to into the fourth quarter, end of the fourth quarter. And it got to the point, like, watching the defense play, it's like it just looked like you guys were, and you can talk on this, but it looked like you guys were getting tired to a point of, like, you guys have been on the field a lot. Right. And so then kind of how do you manage that when the offense isn't on the field? You guys are, majority of the time, how do you kind of manage that, keeping that mindset, and then take that into overtime?
For the most part, we just had to dig deep. You just had to dig deep and understand that you have to leave everything that you had in your body, or you thought you had in your body, any limits you thought you had, you got to just lay it all on the line right there. So I'm going to be honest, we were tired. Like, okay, we were tired. They had to be tired too, because if they were on the field, we were on the field as long too. So
exactly, yeah.
We just had to understand that just lay it all on the line right there, and we just did, like we said, we just did enough. It wasn't our best performance. And there was a lot of things, even myself, that we want to get back on that play. Like, even on that offensive PI that they had earlier in the game. Like I told a few of you guys, like, if I feel like I stayed on my feet, or before, like, he did push me, but I was a little, like, I wasn't on my feet right in general, because I feel like even with that push, it kind of like pushed me a little bit too much, because I was already like falling. So if my feet was right on that play, or if it was a play later in the game when they did like scissors route, if I would have been on it a little bit more. So it was a lot of plays that everybody could have looked back on themselves and said, I could have made this play better. And that's what it's all about, just going back. Like, okay, we won the Natty. Okay, that we did what we supposed to do, but we can still get better from this, because we still didn't we didn't have our best performance. We got to learn how to finish better. So times we was missing tackling, things we didn't do all year, missing leverage, things we didn't do all year, and that could have cost us the game of inches.
Yeah. Overall, so I'm sure you saw a bunch of you guys on the Instagram saw we got the little mic packs, and we did little interviews as well. Out and about Nashville, did a handful at Barstool, did some game day as well. Overall for you, how was the Nashville experience?
It was real cool. Like, it was real cool. Like, I like the atmosphere. But like I was saying before, it's a business trip. I didn't want to make it no bigger than it was, because last year in Frisco I didn't play. So I could be more like, okay, more like it could be more of a, like, it shouldn't be, because you don't know what can happen, but when you know, no matter what, we're going to be needed to win this game. You have a different approach to the game. It's like, okay, you need to lock in and understand, like, this is another game, and just don't be too serious, but just understand, just be locked in, because we knew to win that game, it was going to be in the air. They had number 5, who was a good running back, but the number 2 FCS prospect is the number 2 receiver, the Daniel guy. So we understood that was a huge matchup, and we wanted to take him out the game. So I was just focused on that. that was my Nashville experience, stopping him. That's what I wanted to do and win the national championship. Because I understand, like, to win that game, it was going to stop the passing game. And we keyed on number 2 a lot, so number 4 got a lot of the money. And he ended up hitting the transfer portal after that game because he balled so hard. But I think he ended up going back to Illinois State.
I saw a couple of them went out and then ended up coming back in. So, yeah, I think from the fan side of things, us along with all 20,000 whatever Bobcats there, I think everyone loved the time in Nashville. Everything from. I think everyone had pretty easy travel always.
Yeah,
no one
there wasn't like Frisco last year where we had like 4 flights get canceled and everyone's losing their minds.
That to Barstool Nashville being super generous and kind of opening their doors.
Letting people in the day before the game that were under 21.
Yeah,
because
which was
we,
great.
we learned the harsh way that it's 21 plus all the time because it was the Bobcat Collective headquarters, but they opened it up to Sunday, so got to spend some time there. So.
Yeah, because I think it was because so many Cats fans came because there was a lot of families there that came.
Yeah.
And, you know, they want to hang out with all the other people, but you can't really do that with all the Bobcat fans that are under 21.
But it was awesome. Every restaurant, every bar you'd go into, you'd see Cats fans everywhere.
Literally everywhere we went.
And I'm pretty sure every bar band played Moni Moni at least 4 times.
Yeah, it was a lot. But
yeah, I think we got there on New Year's Day. We flew in that night. Friday we were out having lunch on Broadway, all that. I saw like 3 Illinois State fans, and I was like, where are the rest of your fans? I was like, I expected to see a lot more initially, but I also didn't, kind of like we talked about with you at the beginning, I was surprised about the number of Bobcat fans there, but at the same time I wasn't, because I know they travel, but it's like, it's so surreal. Like, there are Bobcats literally everywhere. Yeah. I mean, we did Top Golf the one night. All the restaurants. Yeah, like you said, the restaurants we went out
like
to.
Every restaurant we had a server there asking, like, what are with all these Bobcat fans here? And, like, everyone in the city was aware of what was going on, which was super cool, too. I think I could count on one hand the amount of ISU fans I saw before the game. And, I feel like we'd see a lot more of them because it's a closer travel going from Illinois to Tennessee.
For sure.
I mean, it's a drive for them, essentially, but...
And they had a decent showing for the game. I mean, considering the amount of fans we didn't see in town, they had a decent showing for the game. I mean, they packed that middle section.
A lot of that was... It's a day drive for them. So
exactly.
When I say a day drive, like, you can do it in a day. It doesn't take a day.
It's not Bozeman to Nashville.
So they're not, flying in where it makes sense to go for, 4 or 5 days. It's just, we'll drive up Monday morning and come back. Maybe they'll stay the night and come back Tuesday. But
it's not a full-on.
Yeah.
I'm sure a couple people did a full-on trip, but we did. But definitely not the same.
I found it kind of funny seeing a couple of those NDSU fans sprinkled in there.
Yeah.
Because they probably bought their tickets at the beginning of the season, and they're like, well, it's not Frisco. Might as well go explore.
I saw SDSU fans at lunch on Friday. I was like, what are you guys doing here?
There was a lot.
I saw someone's, it was an ISU fan shirt, and it says, wait, wasn't NDSU supposed to be here?
That was funny, yeah.
Yeah,
we saw him at the walking into the game,
That's real.
Yeah. This was the other question I had. So, kind of at the middle to the end of the fourth quarter, they hit that little 20-yard punch pass over the middle to get into field goal range. And I feel like from what I've talked to as fans, a lot of people felt like that was the point that we're like, oh crap, we just lost the game. Is that kind of how it felt down, with the team on the field, or was it that mentality of like we just got to believe? Or was it like, oh crap, we just lost?
It was, we gotta believe. I just in my heart, whatever we needed to do, I just felt it was a way. It was a way. But honestly, when they didn't go for it on 4th and 1, they ended up just going to they just ended up just kicking it instead of going for it on 4th and 1. That's when I felt like, okay, even if they make this kick, we're still gonna have 30 seconds to do something with the ball.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. But then when they went to kick, I'm like, okay, that was the time. I feel like if they were to win for it on 4th and 1, it would have been more like, oh shoot, like they can run any play in the world on 4th and 1 right now.
Yeah.
That's how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Like I don't want them to go for this right now. So when they kick, I'm like, okay, we got life, and then it just got blocked. And I'm just like, Then I see the ball. I'm like, pick it up and score.
Go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, we won this now. Then he hike it over his head. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Excuse my language, but I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
then he didn't throw it out. I'm like, but it's so easy to say something on the sideline. You don't know what.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's like,
Yeah.
it was tough. So I'm like,
And we are pretty close with JT and crew. So we're sitting there after the blocked field goal. And we're like, oh, we got this. We're good. And Lamson's like this. The ball goes past. What are you doing? And we lost it. We're like, JT, come on, dude.
Well, even
a
at
long day.
the celebration, it was funny because when that happened in the big cinematic recap, between that and then one of the false starts, everyone just turns to JT and he's like, "Oh my bad."
They're standing up and pointing at
Yeah.
him, and
But
I can just hear Charlie, his girlfriend, just yelling at him constantly, because
Yeah.
I just had a haircut appointment with her earlier this week, and she was telling us stories how he always has like Danny and Taki in the house at like 3 a.m.
yeah.
just having a good time. So I know she's very patient with him sometimes, but I don't think that was a patient conversation after that game. But
yeah.
Got it done, man.
in the
That's
long
all that
run,
matters. What matters?
got it done.
Got it done. So I kind of want to go back to beginning of the season. I was going to talk to Seth about this if he's here because he was our week 3 guest.
Yeah.
We come into week 3 of the podcast with Seth. We didn't know him at all, which was cool getting to know him.
Mm-hmm.
But Bobcat football is 0-2. The Oregon loss and then the South Dakota State loss. So it's like, okay, obviously this is not the start of the season we wanted. And you start to kind of look at, like, how is this season going to shake out? And I think at the end of the day, what it came down to with Seth was we're going to be all right. The Cats are going to get back to what we do best. And that's what they did. I mean, then you go on a 14-game winning streak. But I want to kind of hear your perspective starting the season 0-2. And then you talk about that players meeting you guys had. What it's like starting a season like that, and then how you kind of turn that around and then go on this crazy run to finish out the season.
We understood. So I'm gonna speak for the defense. I'm gonna speak for the defense right now. We understood when we played against Oregon, we didn't have our best showing. We went into that game thinking we're going to win, wanting to win just like any other game.
Yeah.
Understand that they were a good opponent and things like that. South Dakota State game, they go 1 for 11 on third down in the total game, right? How many games do a defense hold a team to 1-11 and we lose that game, right? Yeah. So for whatever reason why, then we in overtime we stop them on a 2-point conversion. So we felt like we just had to just keep doing what we were doing, but just getting better weekly. Because that's all we could do. We weren't looking at the offense like, you guys have to. No, we knew the offense were going to do what they needed to do, because offense and defense is 2 different things. Like, I'm not giving nobody any excuses, but I'm just being real, and I've noticed this while playing football. Defense is going to click in the season way faster than offense. You got to learn timing, player adjustments, what they want to do that you might just don't get in fall camp and spring ball and things like that. That is going to be easier to do for defense. So our defense was just clicking a little bit faster. But when our offense clicked, in the offense and in the passing game, in the running game, is the most balanced it's ever been since I've been here. And am I lying? It's never been this balanced where a team could stack the box and we just throw it all over them against NAU. Against, like, they stacked the box against NAU. We threw it. He probably threw for 2. It was something crazy. But then we were able to run it when they sag off. So this season we were just able to, defense was just doing what they were doing and getting better weekly. And we were just trying to keep everybody under 17. That was like our defensive goals. Mm-hmm. Then our offense is scoring 40s and 30s. Yeah. We're giving up 0. We're giving up 2. Then they're scoring 50s and 60s. So now everybody was just working together. So it was just everybody was clicking. Everybody believed. Everybody believed from that meeting when we were 0-2. that we're going to be where we needed to be. And we just kept working day by day. We got a motto, win go 1-0. Yep. And that's day by day. Going 1-0 is day by day. And it's not just things on the field. It's taking your vitamins, taking your weight gain shake when you're in the weight room, going to class, going to sleep on time. It's just all that. The little things go in the part because it was the little things that won us the game. It was 35-31. 35-34 is the game of inches. Things that we talk about.
Yeah. I think we talked about the other day, and you had brought up, like, you look at Gold Rush, South Dakota State. It wasn't a bad game. Like, you can't look at those two games and, like you said, completely reset. It's like this. They need to keep doing what they did. That just it came down to overtime, and South Dakota State came out on top. Yeah. That wasn't a bad game. I mean, that was a super fun game. Cats played well.
Good game against a good opponent. And I mean, at the end of the day, it just didn't go our way. But I mean, I think we still had a good game, and we played a good opponent quite well.
Mm-hmm. Like respectfully, like if we were to play Utah Tech and Mercyhurst, and that was our 0-2, now it's what are we doing? Maybe it's some panic. But when you lose to Oregon, the number 7 team in the FBS, and you lose to South Dakota State in double overtime in a top 3 matchup, I don't think that. So we really didn't have a panic. I'm like, okay, if we won the game, if we won those 2 games, have we arrived? No. So when we lose these games, it's not over. So
it's okay. It's like you guys go out to Eugene and play the Ducks. It's like that's the number 7 FBS team in the country. Right. Like Oregon is really, really good. Like it's. I mean, you guys go into that game. Yeah, we want to win. We know we're going to win because that's the mindset you want. But like, you lose that game, but at the end of the day, it's a really good Oregon team. So you can't look at that game and say, oh, we sucked this game or whatever. Like you just
yeah. So looking ahead to this 2026 season, obviously we haven't actually we've had some key departures with Kenny Iden, Carson Williams leaving to the transfer portal or to graduating. How are you? But we've had a lot of people stick around. I mean, I think we only lost 9 seniors from graduating. How are you feeling about this 2026 team and what this team can accomplish?
I feel that we have all the keys to do what we just did, and that's win a national championship again, go back to back. It's going to take a lot of work, and we're starting from this last week. Yeah. When we started workouts, we're building our core values right now: the character, accountability, the toughness, and the state. Just the love for the state, the appreciation for the state to come wake up every morning when it's cold as I don't know what, when it's probably dark when you wake up, dark when you go back home, things like that. You just have to understand, like, this is what Bobcat Build is all about. It's no footballs out right now. It's just waking up, showing up on time, doing your workout, taking your vitamins, the regular things. So all we doing right now is getting everybody we just lifting right now. We lifting, getting strength and conditioning. So right now we're not looking at first game was I think is Utah Tech this next season, right? Yeah. We're not looking at that. We're not looking at spring ball. We're not looking at that. We're looking at fall. What we in spring lifting right now. Yeah. Week 1. That's all we're doing day by day, week by week, just to get to that point. When that time do come, we didn't stack all our days from that day. We didn't try to skip no days. We didn't try to go past. We didn't try to take any days slow. We just attacking every day because we understand the recipe. We done been there 2 long seasons. You can understand how long these seasons have been when you play that game on January 5th and you got to come back again and meet on January 14th. And then you got to do your first lift on January 21st. Then you have another season where you do the same thing. So it's wear and tear on the body, but you got to love it. Yeah. You got to love it. And with Coach Sean, our strength and conditioning coach, and Coach Vegan, they don't just have us as football players. They make sure our mind and mental is right. So we understand, like, this is what we want to do. This is what we're going to do. And I'm saying it right now. We're going to be back there, but it's going to start from just going day by day, week by week.
Yeah. So for the people that don't know, so you guys finished the season, the January 5th or whatever national championship. What does the next from now until week 1 look like for you guys as a team?
So repeat that again, my bad.
So, like, finish the season, now we're in the, like, off season.
Like, what are you guys doing from now
like right now until
practice,
week 1 of the
What does spring look like to the spring game? Summer, what is that all? How does that look?
So right now, like I said, we're just lifting right now. Probably gonna do a couple speed training, get our wind up. Probably some tempos, things like that. Do some conditioning, but also coach want to get our power and get some speed training, get our little steps right, like things that's gonna help you for the 40 and things like that, like the quick space, being able to move in tight windows and things like that. Then we're gonna get to spring ball, and that's when you're gonna be able to show coaches what you're really about. Because at fall camp you're gonna get another shot, but spring ball is where you kind of you can help your case out a little bit more. You're gonna get a lot of reps to be able to get the scheme down and things like that, and get reps. We're gonna double rep depending on how our numbers are. We should double rep. We don't have a lot of guys banged up. Got a lot of guys coming back, like we said. So we're just excited for that. We're not gonna get the freshmen until the summer. So right after that spring ball type. So spring ball, just a lot of competing, things like that. We're going to get into like PRPs and things like that during the summertime, and then that's when we start doing more of our more of our like weight training and speed training and things like that. Getting stronger, getting faster, forming a team, still forming those core values, and understanding what type of team we're going to be and what type of team we want to be, what we're working towards, and just things like that. Then we start getting into, once we start getting the last type of workouts to summer, then you start getting into fall camp, and that's when that's when you want to make your biggest jump. You want to make your biggest mark on the coaches, show them what type of player you want to be, show them you know the scheme. Spring, if you don't really know the scheme, it's not that like urgent. You want to know it, but if you're a younger guy, now if you're an older guy, you need to be knowing the scheme to help younger guys know the scheme. So ball camp, a little bit of everybody need to know. If you want to play, you need to know some of the scheme, because week 1 is coming. It's going to come that fast. So things like that, fall camp, and then right into fall camp, you're going to just keep stacking those days, and then eventually week 1 is going to be there, and that game is going to be there, and then it's going to fly. Like this season, like it was long, but it flew as well.
Yeah.
So like, you got to understand, just attacking it.
It did feel pretty fast. Like,
Yeah.
We're at the first games of the season, then we're on our tail end of 4, and I'm like, oh, we're in playoffs now. I mean,
Yeah, like we're sitting here on January 25th, and before we know it, August is rolling around again, and it's Bobcat football season. So
We're going to be here.
and I think we talk about it every week, but we're just beating a dead horse at this point. But I mostly, and I think all of us too, are just blown away at like how quick we're going with the podcast and the episodes. Like, this is episode 21. Like, it's kind of crazy that we're already 21 episodes into this, and we started it in August. Right. Like, we sat down in August and we're like, let's do a podcast, and here we are in January, 21 episodes in. Yet again, I think basketball season's gonna fly by, spring season's gonna fly by, and then again, it's like we're back in August doing this again.
and soon it's going to be Gold Rush.
Exactly. I think you're just, for us, like, put your head down and work with the podcast, and we have so much fun with it, it just flies by.
Yeah.
You guys are having fun playing, the season flies by, so. We're going to look ahead to, not look ahead, but come back from Nashville. They get everything organized for the championship parade, the celebration, all that. Take us through that day for you, what that was like, getting to walk down Main Street and everything.
Man, that day, that was a long day. That day, long story short, it was a long day, man. Like we said, like we're just going to both of the women's and men's basketball games, then going out after that. Then it was a wonderful day. Honestly, it was a day we needed, a day we deserved. It was a day of celebration. So it was a great day. Like, honestly, like. I just remember being a young kid in L.A. and going to the Laker parade and seeing Kobe Bryant and Magic Johnson and things like that on the Laker bus. Like, honestly, so that's what I felt like. I felt like I was in the parade, and it was the fans. So it was just it was a surreal moment for sure.
I think we done here right in front of the R-Bar. I think it was pretty surreal, like seeing the start of the parade coming. Like, oh my gosh, this is actually happening.
Yeah.
Still, the parade day, I'm still like, I still can't believe this happened. Like, I still can't believe we actually did it.
And then you guys got to go up to the state capitol with Governor Gianforte, and then officially declared it Bobcat Day, which that was really cool to see. And then
Crazy.
I think, Aiden, you were telling me that some Grizz fans were getting upset that there's not a Grizz Day. And he's like, well, then win a national championship, then you'll get one.
Exactly.
But It's awesome that you guys got to go up there and do that. We saw Seth's pictures of him in the governor's chair
was
in his
funny.
office.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Cool
if
guy,
you want to
man.
go into depth on that day, how that was.
It was a cool day. Drove up to Helena. That was our first day of workout. So we worked out. We did our 6 a.m., 8 a.m. groups. Worked out. Got on the bus to go to Helena. Had some food. Came back to the We had fun. The governor was cool. Let us tour the office a little bit. Seeing just seeing the office and things like that, and just walked around. It was cool. Took a picture with him. He was a cool guy. We were starving on that. We were just hoping that he had food up there at the governor's office. We just came from working out, that long trip. We was just like, we're just hoping food is here.
Yeah.
When he said we seen it was pizza boxes and Taco Bell. We was like, oh my God. We know it's bad. It's not healthy food, but we need it right now.
Yeah.
It's food, like you said.
Yeah, I think like we talked about back at the beginning, it was a very long day for us, just in terms of let's see how many Bobcat things we can pack into one day, which
Yeah,
we
that
did a pretty good job of, I think.
Because
I was spent the next day.
we got the win in basketball. Both basketballs. Cats picked up the win in hockey over Tech. Then the girls picked up the win. I think. Well, yeah, they did. We actually left at the second period of the girls' game, and it was midnight.
Yeah,
So
because we originally weren't going to the girls' game, and then we're like, oh, the girls are playing Utah. We should go to that. And then we went to that, and yeah, it was pretty quiet. I think we were the loudest people in that arena.
There
Just
all
banging
of-
on the glass. And we had our
like
rally
15,
towels
20
from
people there.
basketball before, so every time they scored, we'd get up and wave the towels around. But it was
The-
that was a fun game.
Their puck drop was 10:30.
Yes. So we're on the men's side, and at second, third period, Brady's like, "You want to go watch more hockey?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Sure." Look on the schedule, 10:30 puck drop. I'm like, "You guys are nuts." We go over and we had fun. And that was our first game watching women's hockey, which
Yeah,
was
it was
super
fun.
fun. They're fun to watch. So, and we're not announcing anything yet, but
We'll get a few of
'cause
them
you
on
guys
the
will
show
see
later.
it. But yes, stay tuned. Next week's episode. Should
Not
be
next
fun.
week as in tomorrow, next week as in the week
As
after.
in, yeah.
Yeah.
We're busy this week going into next week of the show, but
Yes, we are.
yeah. What else we want to talk about? I think we covered pretty much everything from the trip and all that. You guys got anything else?
Let me just check something real quick.
We'll be in Nashville again next year.
Nope,
I
think
certainly hope so.
that's just about it. Thank you to the R Bar for letting us come in
Yeah,
here and record.
huge
You
thank
guys,
you to the
they've
R
been
Bar.
great.
Thank you, for real.
Something to check out is these collective hats that they have. They do these with the collective. They're just the R Bar logo, and they have the Bobcat logo there on the side.
They're
I need that one.
Yeah.
They're $30. 17 of that goes to the collective. So great organization to support. I know me and Aiden got some, and
Yep. And then you can use that to go back to the players and help us keep these players around for longer and support them. So
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you want to kind of hint on what we're got in the
there's-
works?
There's something coming for Bobcat Weekly.
might be doing a little
collaboration
partnership.
with something, but I won't go too deep into it. But
Got some
in the coming weeks.
We got some exciting things on the way
Yeah.
for you
Yeah.
guys.
Stay tuned. Like we've said on the Instagram, the social medias, and the podcast too. We'll be talking about it as we continue to get the ball rolling with that. Which that hopefully stuff's in the works right now. So
Stuff should be
next coming
available in
weeks.
the next coming weeks. Yes.
Yes. So yeah. Again, huge thank you to the R Bar. Really appreciate it. And again, thank you to Takhari for coming on for a special
Appreciate y'all,
Nashville
for real.
episode.
Yeah.
For real,
Sad that
love.
Seth wasn't able to join us this morning, but I think we still had a lot of fun, covered a lot of stuff, and we plan something down the road, which we've already been talking
Yep.
about, hanging out with these guys. So
Yep.
yeah, stay
Great.
tuned for that. But you guys got
think
anything
I'm
else
good.
before we get out of here?
You got any shout outs you want to give?
Shout out to family.
Yep.
And again, I think from Bobcat Weekly as well, thank you guys for such an amazing trip in Nashville.
Yes.
Our time there.
We had so many of you guys come up that
Yeah.
we didn't know, and like, you guys are
Yeah.
Bobcat Weekly, right? And we're like, yeah. I mean,
which
it's kind of surreal. Like, we have a decent following, but it's kind of just surreal that we're just a couple of underage kids talking to football players, and I mean, it's kind of just surreal that people know us in public.
Yeah.
but I mean, the whole time in Nashville was super great. Met a couple of the volleyball players. We did an interview with them. That'll be coming out soon. Yeah.
Okay.
the whole Nashville trip was great. So thank you guys. The fans were awesome, and of course the game was just the cherry on top, and maybe made it a little more nerve-wracking than we wanted to. But
Took
at
a
the
couple of years off our lives. But
exactly.
Governor
but-
said that as well. He said it took about 2 years off his.
Yeah.
Exactly. But hey, at the end of the day, we got it done, and
Yes, sir.
the Bobcats are national champions, which still feels really surreal to say, but we did it. But yeah, thank you guys for thank you guys for tuning in to episode 21 of the Bobcat Weekly Podcast. Episode coming tomorrow as well. We're on back-to-back days, so staying busy. Stay tuned on the Instagram, and as always,
Go Cats.